Let's see if he puts a card on the bottom. Yurion revealed as the companion. No companion indicator token for Roland. Questionable decision. We'll see if that leads to any issues during the match. Fetching a Scalding Tarn is Dave.
I will pass it down. Okay. Sure.
It's a volcanic island, of course. Brainstorm. Played another fetch. Apologies for the glare. Chat likes a good Death and Taxes versus Delver match. Death and Taxes, a crowd favorite for sure. Some quick shout-outs to YouTube members. Jansuski rejoined us. Fast Lurker joined us. Donald Rober rejoined us. Pinga Segman joined us, and Leah0227 joined us as an uncommon member on our YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the join button below, become a member, get access to a whole bunch of cool perks, and you will also be thanked. You will also be thanked. So that's really an important thing. So thank you, everybody that's become a member in the past week. Also, is anybody interested in this? Do you want to know what archetypes are hot on 90s MTG as far as what people are watching? Does anybody care about that? Does that interest anyone? And it doesn't necessarily has to do with the metagame or anything, but do you want to know what people are clicking on, what people are watching? All right, points things I'm always curious. Well, I'll share. Let me bring this up on my screen here. So hot for the last month. Kitten decks. Grixis control. Goblins, actually. 8 cast. Death and Taxes. So those are the hottest ones, I would say. That's what people are watching.
Snapcaster?
Yep.
On that.
Sure.
All right, bud.
The Delver in the graveyard.
Okay. Is that delirium?
No.
Oh.
Instant land creature.
Oh, because you...
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Wendy is here, says, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Wendy. Snapcaster and Delver. Yeah, Snapcaster is finding slots in Delver currently.
You went off like 3 cards for blocks. Flash and Dark Command.
I'm gonna write down the last
It's trigger.
All right, so a Daze on Cathar Commando.
Instant land. Sorcery creature.
Oh, no, I don't.
Cool.
Good. Sounds.
Cast them off.
Cards in hand?
We'll discard it.
Yeah, playing with a great question. What's Dave going to do now that now that they aren't printing Korean cards anymore? We've had some talks with Dave about this, and he's really heartbroken about it. And I don't think we found a solution yet.
And I will pass it.
It's really a sad situation. Wendy says Cathar Commando is one of my favorite cards from the past 2 sets. A pretty solid flash piece of interaction. It's a good one, that's for sure. Roland puts an illusion off to the side with a 1 on it to indicate that Skyclave has exiled a 1-drop. And here's Murktide. Murktide, of course, with lots of fans in the 90s MTG audience. Lots of people really love this card. Wasteland takes out Wasteland, and that's a 6/6 Murktide. Fortunately, maybe the people watching can't really see the die on it that well, but that's okay. That's what I'm here for. Oh yeah, that was a port that got wasted. My bad. That was a port.
Yes.
Roland having a think here. Facing down a 6/6 Murktide and Snapcaster. Skyclave Apparition. If it blocks and dies, we'll give Dave Kaplan a 1/1 illusion. Urion still sitting in the companion zone.
Solitude pitching spirit.
Casting Solitude, pitching Spirit of the Labyrinth, and targeting Murktide with the ETB ability. So that's gone. Skyclave gets in an attack. Let's see what the follow-up is here for Roland with 2 mana open still. All right, looks like making a 3rd land drop with Caracas. Urion to hand, okay. Got a good game here. Snapcaster attacking.
Say the swamp.
Is it called 8-cast because of Thought Cast and Thought Monitor? Exactly. Exactly. 8 of the Thought Cast effect. Wendy says, I'm not a Death and Taxes expert, but I feel like if you're playing the Urion build, you can definitely have some flex spots to play with that could allow Wandering Emperor. I feel like I've seen Wandering Emperor in some Death and Taxes builds, but I don't think that's a common... Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think that's a common card that's making the cut currently. Luanil, Hype Train Conductor Luanil in the chat, who is a Death and Taxes expert, says, I think Urion almost has fewer flex slots than 60.
I don't think I put 2 bad.
No, I don't think you did.
And Roland now deferring to Luanil as well.
Playing ahead a little bit.
No worries.
2 cast
Alright, draw. Swam.
Got a lot of Yes.
Again, Drew. 2. Polly.
Yes.
Here's Thalia, which is pretty good. If Roland can waste a Volcanic Island, this Thalia will get even better. Nope. I think actually Iganjo was the land drop made that turn. Iganjo's the land. Tapped right now. All right, another Murktide getting cast by Kaplan. And this time it's a 5/5. Passing the turn. Somebody watering plants right outside my window. It's a little weird.
So you only have 3 different rounds?
Lightning Bolt on Thalia, so Thalia's gone. Mystic Sanctuary.
Some number.
And a trigger on Murktide as Lightning Bolt goes back on top. Remember those Murktide triggers, everybody. And attacking for now 8.
Let's see, it's 8. That'll be down to 5.
Murktide currently a 6/6. Looks like 2 cards in hand for Kaplan, maybe 2 as well for Roland. Blocking and trading with Snapcaster, giving Kaplan a little reward of a 1/1 illusion. Spirit of the Lambeth is an exile. All right, here's a 5th land drop for Roland. Will it be Urion? Batterskull. Does Kaplan have a daze?
Draw for turn.
One card.
Searches.
Force of negation, pitching force of will. Yikes. And the bolt on top that we knew about. That's game. Kaplan takes game 1. Well played. And I think that's the first time on today's stream someone on the right side of the screen has won a game. Am I right on that? Oh no, Reanimator won a game on the right. Yeah, and either play would have gotten force there with double force in Kaplan's hand. Turn 1 Mother of Runes. That's a good start. Here in game 2. And a lightning bolt beats it.
I will
Thalia's back down, and a Dragon's Rage Channeler for Kaplan. Looks like also a Polluted Delta was played. And that is a Flicker Wisp?
3/2, and when it comes in. Yes. Bring back. Sure.
My mistake. That's actually Extraction Specialist. I couldn't see it well. Extraction Specialist. Thank you, chat. I think that's the first time we're seeing Extraction Specialist on stream. But bringing back the Mother Runes look pretty good. This is a new card adopted by Death and Taxes from Streets of New Capenna. Here's Delver of Secrets. Wasteland takes out Wasteland. Kaplan trying to protect the volcanic islands. With Thalia on the table, I think I like that play.
Segment. Support.
Does Extraction have lifelink? What's the text on that card? Someone did it before me. It does have lifelink. Wow. I missed that. I haven't played against this card much yet. The hell? All right, looks like Cauldron Compleat found and placed into the hand by Stoneforge.
I got 1 floater.
Yes, 1 minute.
Draw 7, go to 11. 1, 2, 3.
Roland pointing out something worth pointing out. Just got to remember, cannot attack block is part of the Extraction Specialist's ability. Game rule violation in Syracuse because I attack with my commando. Yeah. Extraction Specialist reanimates a creature, but you cannot attack or block with it for as long as you can control, for as long as you control the specialist.
land for 10. That goes to 10.
Activating Stoneforge. I think we're going to see Cauldron. There it is. Does Roland have a Phyrexian Germ token? Let's see. Looks like he has plenty of tokens. There it is. The correct token, everybody. All right. Attacking with the Extraction Specialist, Thalia, and the newly created Phyrexian Germ. Equipped with Cauldron. Come play out. Let's see what Kaplan's plays are. No blocks. Going down to 2.
And
This is
I'll pass after that.
the saving.
Trigger. Yep.
Delver trigger. Fetch go down to 1. The card on top did not flip the Delver. Gets a Volcanic Island. This is a tough spot for Kaplan. 1 life. Needs a... What card in existence is the out? All right, a Ponder that costs 2 mana. All right, we're going to game 3. Hour of Devastation. Hour of Devastation would have done it. I don't know. Keith Master Flex, thanks for the resub. 8 months for Keith Master Flex at tier 1. Let's see some bagel emoji, says Keith Master Flex. That's for all of you to oblige in the chat. All right, some bagels are coming in. Days on the Ether Vial. Delver trigger goes on the stack on upkeep. No flip.
But it was like all my lands and shit, and then the house deal fell through. So now I had all this money with no cards, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna really do that and build lands.
Second Delver comes down for Kaplan. Again, apologies for the glare. Here's Thalia.
2 games.
And a fetch. Volcanic Island.
Yep.
Bolt Thalia.
I was finding it really difficult to like try and.
The greatest Delver player is always blind flip. Yeah. 2 Delvers on the board now. Let's see if they flip. We had some discussion recently in our Discord about... I mean, we talk about a lot of things related to Legacy, but somebody mentioned how Ledger Shredder is replacing Delver in a lot of decks. Has anyone watching right now tried that, and what have been your results? Are you liking Ledger Shredder in Legacy? Has anyone watching tried the newly popular Teamer builds with Uro? When I was at the weekly tournament this week, I played against Sailor's Bane for maybe the 2nd or 3rd time ever. That card is looking pretty good in the Delver shell as well. I don't know if it should be in every single Delver player's list, but it's a powerful card. Attacking for 6 with the insects now. Lewis says the solution to the glare is, of course, to play without sleeves like those late 90s Pro Tours. I've been telling the players to take off their sleeves before playing a feature match, and so far nobody has cooperated. So it looks like Rough just blew up Stoneforge, which is rough.
Sure.
I thought you ordered it. No.
Skyclave Apparition, there's a start. Exiles an insectile aberration. Roland puts an illusion off to the side, ready to go. Here's a ponder. Brainstorm.
I figured that you knew something was up, like sitting there holding it up. Deck full of 1 and 2 drops these 3 lands.
It was, but it would have been way better to get the. Yeah, I'm so used to, DRC than buy.
Yeah, both players have deceptive playmats. That's a good point. Maybe something to consider when you're choosing your playmat for tournaments, everybody. Try and fake everybody out. Could be a great strategy. People come here for strategy tips. There's one for you.
I'm gonna bobble targeting you. Okay. Cast iteration.
Only tapping 3. Does he have another Skyclave? Flicker Wisp. Okay, that's pretty good. Turn that back into a Delver. Maybe temporarily, but that's fine. Flicker Wisp can, of course, block Insectile Aberration and trade if it comes down to it. Looks like the Delver is not going to flip. Attacking with the Delver. Do you trade here if you're Roland? All right. Offers a trade, and it's a trade. Delver down. Expressive Iteration, a good follow-up for Kaplan after losing the last creature on the table. Roland making a good point. Probably should have flickered my own Skyclave right there. Yeah, that probably would have been better, actually. Good point. I missed that. I like that play better. Give Kaplan a 1/1, but who cares? Mystic Sanctuary. Good point from Aquinas in the chat, though. Bigger blowout if Dave responds with a bolt. Yeah? Also a good point. Don't remember if Dave had mana open, but I think so. Looks like the expressive iteration. What? Okay, Mystic Sanctuary put expressive iteration on top, and here's the Murktide. Luanil pointing out on the surface it looks bad against Bolt, but it still frees up the Wisp to block when otherwise the Bolt clears the Wisp and the Delver gets in for 3 once it flips. Great point.
Bring it down 19.
Solitude deals with the Murktide. Spirit of the Labyrinth and Mother of Runes. Dragon's Rage Channeler comes down. Expressive Iteration. Surveil trigger. Wasteland gets dumped into the yard. Big thanks for the follow. Welcome. Mishra's Bauble comes down off the Expressive Iteration. Surveil. Wasteland into the yard again. Wasteland useless at the moment.
So I can bobble you
Now,
now,
and then
draw
you
during
get it.
round. Alright, so I'll do that.
Follow me now.
Looks like a plane's on top. Which I don't think Roland needs at the moment. The illusion off to the side is not on the board. Attacking with Skyclave and Spirit.
Artifact, land, sorcery, creature. Yeah, I'll swap after.
Shit.
I thought it was a 1-1. Sorry.
I'm gonna give it a pro.
Okay, a small mistake here by Roland not being clear if Delirium was online, but able to protect the Skyclave from the DRC, blocking it and have it survive. Hopefully the error doesn't lead to too much of a blowout here. Let's see. Attacking for 3 with DRC now. Null Rod, Surveil trigger. Doesn't shut off anything currently on the board. Harry Houdini is here with the sub-gifter badge. It says, "Sweet, sweet legacy." Yes. Caracas the play for Roland. It's 5th land drop. Is Urion. Oh, I guess the lands drawn were not too bad. Oh, man. Daze. I forgot about the Urion in hand, but it gets dazed. Ouch. Attacking with Skyclave and Spirit of the Labyrinth. Passing the turn. Attacking for 3 with DRC. Rolling now down to 2. A bolt could end the game. Murktide. Murktide region is so good. Looks like it's only 1 instant or sorcery exiled this time with Delve. So it'll be a 4/4. Mystic Sanctuary putting... I missed what the card was. It'll be a 5/5 now. I think it was Expressive Iteration. What can Roland do? Revealing Field of Ruin and Batterskull in hand and scooping it up. Dave Kaplan gets there. Good games.